When Stranger Things Season 4 dropped, we braced ourselves for Vecna, Chaos in Hawkins, L. You know the drill by now. But the real surprise was Eddie Munson. With one season and just a handful of episodes, suddenly everyone's talking about him. How? It's quite simple. Joseph Quinn. So let's break down why Quinn's performance makes Eddie so magnetic, and the acting choices that stick, how a limited run character stole the spotlight. Eddie's debut is loud. He's gesturing, yelling, performing in front of the Hellfire Club. Quinn leans into the chaos that keeps it anchored. Small flickers of truth, tiny pauses, subtle glances. He makes Eddie simultaneously funny, threatening, and totally relatable. It's a showy performance, but without tipping over to the point where it becomes a bit cartoonish, like Bob. First impressions were that he had big energy. In my opinion, the show had already too many characters after season 3, so seeing another is not what I wanted, especially when you notice that they were giving a lot of camera, a moment where he literally performs big in the canteen. I think the audiences, me, were a bit exhausted after Stranger Things 3 because it's a sort of a nothing season. A lot of things happen and there's lots of new characters introduced and a lot of hanging out, which is cool. I just didn't really care enough about Steve or Robin or even Murray, for example. And even though I really liked Billy's character, he was a great bad guy, very cool and a really good actor. And it seemed like they just didn't give that character enough depth. His part in the show was to essentially come in, stir the pot, mix things up a bit and look cool, and then die off to give an impactful moment on the show. I mean, you have to admit, season 3 is the one that we all skip over when we rewatch the show. You can skip over season 3 and not miss a beat. And so anyway, the new character, Eddie, I wasn't too keen. I figured we don't really need another new guy. Why are they giving him so much camera time? Especially when he's doing this introduction, this over-the-top performance in the canteen where everyone's watching him. This over-the-top performance. And I was watching him thinking, why are they focusing so much on this guy?
You're wearing a Red Owl t-shirt, which I thought was brave. No? You're wearing whatever shit your mommy bought you from the goddamn gang.
But then, pretty much the next scene that he's in, it only takes the next scene, and then suddenly I switched.
So, how does this work exactly?
Just like any other old sale, except cash only.
What's so good about what he's doing here is he's able to embody the underdog. And the underdog is the one we always like to watch. He's got this romantic, lovable, nice, caring side, goofy, but totally believable. He's the opposite of the introverted characters that I like, who keep everything in and you don't see anything except subtle looks in their eyes. Instead, he's someone who can't keep it in. Everything he carries, he shows. It's written all over his face and his body and his movement.
You know, this isn't the first time that we've hung out.
No?
I remember?
I'm sorry.
And to be honest, we all know people like this. We all know the guys that are born performers. In your friend group, there's always someone who likes to do all the talking, to entertain the group. And especially back in the 80s when people were more excited, more enthusiastic, people had more character, they were more sociable. Not like today, everyone's very quiet now. That's also another reason why people like watching this character, Eddie, because he's unapologetically real and authentic and not afraid to look silly, make a fool of himself.
I was with my band.
Corroded coffin! Oh my god, yes!
Do remember,
With a
right?
name like that, how could I forget?
I don't know. We're a freak.
I love the humor of it, almost childlike behavior. He's very sincere in the way he's just looking at Chrissy. And it's brilliant. It's a scene that you can imagine when he was auditioning, that the crew, everyone watching, would have just been smiling. and just enjoying watching this person.
You'd be like,
Mean and scary? Yeah. Well, I actually kind of thought you'd be kind of mean and scary.
It's a rare type of person who has such likability. It's hard to be very likable, to be honest. So it's a gift that he's got, it's a skill, and that's why he's talented, and he's perfect casting for this. Perfect performance for Eddie Munson, and most important, it's enjoyable to watch him. And there's more. I mean, he's a great actor, because even later, in the later scene, after Chrissy's death, Quinn flips the performance. Gone is the swagger that he has. It's replaced by this raw panic. His posture, his voice, even just the twitch in his eye, all of it sells the fear without overplaying it. We can see he's really affected by it. What he's doing is landing with the audience. It helps that Chrissy's death was just so graphic and scary that, you can feel the fear he had. And that's what's good about season 4. They actually made it as scary as they could. The chemistry he has with Chrissy, and the chemistry later that he has with Dustin. Quinn's brilliance is that he is very good at adapting to his scene partners. He's totally believable as the outcast, the bad boy who doesn't mix well with people. And then he's believable as the goofy guy talking about his school days, his moving around very awkwardly, acting silly, very believable. And then there's the look between them that shows he could also be a romantic interest. I thought that's where we were going with these two until she gets killed. With Dustin, Eddie isn't just a bad boy, he isn't this rebel, he's playful with him, teasing, but soft, he warms to Dustin like a big brother. And that's Dustin's strength as well. He's such a likable character. Eddie's micro expressions, the glances, the subtle comedy timing, they're tiny choices that make the friendship believable. It's effortless, they're just hanging out, and it's so important that they have this good relationship because of the later scene when we have his death scene. You have to believe it, you have to really feel like these two were close. And again, that's really hard because they put so much in season 4, too many characters. It's hard to really connect with all of them because there's too many of them. There's too much going on. The iconic guitar solo. I put this in just because it's a cheesy idea, but it's not just this great rock out moment, great music. It's really exciting when you hear him playing and then they're showing the action alongside it. But it's Quinn's full commitment to Eddie's identity, the intensity in his face, the energy in his body. Eddie's personality is all just distilled into one shot. The full commitment. You cannot do a scene like that without full commitment. Eddie's death, handled like a masterclass in understated acting. It's no monologues, no big theatrics, just this smile, just this searching glance at Dustin, really making this goodbye connection.
I didn't run away this time, right? No.
So there's real connection between them.
You're gonna have to.
And that's all it takes, less is more. And Quinn shows this, and probably a lot to do with his looks, the way he looks. He has a very gentle look, especially here. And Dustin, just dropping tears and snot all over him.
My year, Anderson. I think it's finally my year.
In just one season, he turned Eddie into a character we all remember. And that's a gifted actor. Season 4 is my favourite season, personally. The story, the action, the Vecna storyline, the twist at the end, and all of that I can really only watch again because I enjoy watching Eddie Munson. That character is so well done, and you know, they should have had him. You know, he kickstarts season 4 so well, and yet he's not even in a great deal of it, and that's a shame. It's a shame they killed him off as well, but probably good for him because he's gone on to be in every big budget film and TV show now. He's really blown up. He's done so well. So you could say it's a gift to come on to a hit show and just come on in one season and then get killed off in spectacular fashion. So maybe it's a good thing. So this is my fan-made video on Eddie Munson, why he's such an amazing character for the show. And let me know what your thoughts are, if you agree. I've pretty much covered my favorite now, Will, Jonathan, Eddie. Not really a fan of Steve. Any thoughts, any ideas, let me know, and I will see you on the next one.